Hello, welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to try something a little different. I really like how the 6-Day Star Blanket works up by Betty McKnit, and I was thinking that, what other shapes out there would make a good blanket? And I just finished making a hexagon cardigan, so I thought, why not a hexagon blanket? I've seen people online make a bunch of hexagon granny squares and put them into a blanket, but I've never, as far as I can tell, I've never seen anybody actually just make one giant hexagon as a blanket, so I thought, why not do that? So I'm going to show you my colors that I've picked out, and then we're going to go ahead and just start making up a pattern, I guess. Alright, so because I'm kind of making this up, I tried to keep it a little simple, and like I said, I'm trying to mimic Betty McKnit's 6-Day Star Blanket in a way, in terms of just the flexibility of the pattern and the simplicity of it, and that's what makes the 6-Day Star Blanket so great, is because it works up so quickly, so easily, and it's easy to just kind of knock it out. So I wanted to do something very similar, and I'm just gonna have 3 different stitches in this pattern. I might change it, I don't know, we'll see how it goes when it starts working out, but I'm gonna start off with a 6mm crochet hook, and I'm using the Clover Amour crochet hook. See that there? And I'll show you the colors I got. So I'm totally in fall mood. I'm tired of this heat. I'm just ready for fall/winter time. I also love all the colors that come with fall, the changing of the leaves, the nice pretty reds and oranges. It's just, I love it. So that's kind of the color scheme I went with for this blanket. So we're starting off, I went to Hobby Lobby. We're starting off with I Love This Cotton. Most of these are I Love This Cotton except for one. This is the color Desert Glaze. It's a really nice, pretty orange. Comes out a little bit brighter on camera, but I think it goes really well with the other colors I've gotten. So next color I have here, this color is called Sun Gold. And again, it's coming out a little bit brighter, but it's still very kind of muted, like sunset-y yellow. Again, I love this cotton brand. Next we have is this nice cream color. Very white in the video, but it's more cream than white in person. This is the color Ivory. And last but not least, so I wanted to stick with all the same brand, so all I Love This Cotton, but I wanted a teal to go with the other colors, and they just didn't have a teal that I liked in the I Love This Cotton. So I went with Crafter's Secret Big Idea right here, and this is the color Fabulous, and it looks like such a nice, perfect teal for what I'm going for. So here is the color scheme we are going for. And yeah, let's just see how this turns out. Hello. So it's been a while since I checked in. Not a while, a couple hours. I spent yesterday just frogging this constantly because I'm trying to do this on my own and make my own pattern, and I've never done that before. So I finally got it on a nice repeat that I think is gonna work really nicely. And so this is what it looks like after 2 repeats. All right. It still has the shape, and I think it is turning out really nice. And realistically, just for a couple hours work, this isn't too bad. If I didn't have to frog so many times, it'd be a lot further, I'm sure. But what I was running into, and I'm sure somebody would know how to fix it, but I'm lazy and I didn't want to do math, so I just did trial and error. But what I kept running into is when I would lay it down, is like the piece, it would curl, right? It'd like fold up a little bit, and I didn't like that. So there was 2 things I did. So first, I did go up in hook size. So instead of a 6, you can't see that, I went up to a 6.5, and then I just decreased how many stitches I was doing in between. So really the main difference is the V-stitch, right? So for the V-stitch, what I was doing in the corners here is I was doing 4 V-stitches in the corners, and I changed that. You can see that here. I left it for the first repeat, but when I got to the next repeat, I just did 2, and then same for here. So that's what I'm going to do going forward. Another thing I did was, for the V-stitch in the corner, instead of just chaining 1, I'm chaining 2. And then also, I was wanting to do a double crochet in every stitch across on top of the V-stitch, but again, because my work was curling and I didn't feel like doing math, I just did a double crochet in the chain spaces. So you can see that here. But I mean, realistically, if I were to gift this to somebody, I don't think they would care, because they're not going to know, because they're not going to look at it the same way that I'm looking at it. So, but I'm very happy with the color choices so far, and it's turning out really, really nice. So, and no, I haven't woven in any end. That will be done when I finish, just because in case I need to frog again for whatever reason, it'll make it a little easier on me. But yeah, I will check back in after I've done a few more rows. So I have done 4.5 repeats of this blanket I'm trying to make, and it is growing quickly. Let me do the roll reveal that I've been doing. Wow. So it is turning out better than I had thought that it would, which is always a plus. The granny stitches look really pretty and it breaks it up. And then the double crochet rows, like this one, I like how it's staggered with the V stitches. I don't know, to me it kind of looks like little like houses. So I like how they look together. But yeah, so it is going really well. Still have not woven in any ends, but that's okay. I think if I were to actually write out this pattern and just to make it better, like I think it's okay, but to make it better, I would probably want to actually sit down and do the math so that the double crochet isn't as open, or maybe give it a, like it's really flimsy, I guess is where I'm trying to get at. And I think what would be helpful for it is to have like some single crochets between some of the repeats, just to give it a little bit of structure. I mean, it's a blanket and it's nice and flowy, so that's going for it. But I think just having a little bit more to it, I don't know, I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to say, but just I feel like it's missing something. But overall, I really like it. I think it's really pretty. I love the colors that I chose. I think it looks really nice. But yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this, and hopefully I can get it done in a couple more days. So yeah. Alright. So we're getting pretty big. I don't know how big across it is so far, but so we're starting our 9th repeat with this teal color, and each repeat is 4 rows. So once this repeat is finished, we'll be at 36 rows, which is looking pretty good. I think for the border, I've decided to do single crochet in all of the colors all around, kind of as like one more repeat, and we'll see what that looks like at the end. Like I said, I'm at 30, well, I'm not at 36 yet, but I'm at, sorry, dogs are in here distracting me. I'm at 32, right, with this, and then I may do 2 or 3 more repeats before I start the border, because at that point it may be, I'll back up for you to show you the size. At that point it may be a pretty nice blanket size. It's already pretty large, but like it can wrap you up, but not like crazy. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going. May have to take a trip to Hobby Lobby to get some more yarn, at least some more of the cream, orange, and yellow. Hello. So as you saw, this blanket is pretty much done. I have done 11 repeats of all these rows, and I'm tired of it. I want to be done. I wanted to get it to a nice wraparound size, and that's kind of where we're at. I measured it earlier and it was just under 4 feet. So actually, let's go ahead and measure it now, because I still want to do a border. So we end on orange, right? But the repeat is the granny cluster, then the V-stitch, and then the double crochet. So what I want to do is I want to do the double crochet so I can end the repeat of the pattern, and then for the rest of the rows I'm gonna do single crochet. But I want to do that because of how we ended with the colors. So the end of the repeat would be the double crochet, which would be in this teal color, and then the other 3 colors to end back on the orange would be all in single crochet all the way around. And I think that would just give the blanket a nice edging to it, or a nice border. So I'm gonna do that, but before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and measure the blanket and see how big it is. I mean, overall, I'm happy with the size, so I'm not really concerned with making it larger at this point, but I'm just curious now how big it is. So let's do that. Alright, so we are at exactly 4 feet. If I add the double crochet and then the 3 rows of single crochet, that may add 1 inch to 2 inches, and then I'm gonna wash it, and it would probably stretch anyway at that point, so it's gonna be a decent sized blanket. Alright, we are officially finished. I changed my mind and ended up just doing 2 rows of single crochet. I was looking at it and I like ending on this white / ivory. I think it just looks like a really nice border, outlines it really nicely, so I decided to end there. Plus, my arm is tired. I'm tired of struggling, not really struggling, but working on this. My goal was to have it be a fast blanket, and I did do that. I finished it in 6 days. I had started on it last Sunday, worked on it here and there throughout the week. My biggest chunk of time was on Friday, which was yesterday, and today. So realistically, this is probably a 3-day blanket, if you really try. So, but I couldn't do that because I have work. So I only got to work on it a couple hours every day, and I still finished it pretty quickly. So realistically, I think you could finish this even faster than I did. We're just gonna ignore the fact that I still have not woven in any ends, aside from like the first 2 from the start of the blanket, but I am done. I'll weave in these ends later. I want to get this video finished and put out, and yeah, I'm very happy with the color choices. I think it looks amazing, and yeah, so let me know if y'all like this video. Let me know if you would like to have a tutorial or a written pattern for this. I am happy to do that. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on the blanket, and let me know if you make one yourself. So thank you for watching.